Hello and welcome to this episode of the Ranting Atheist podcast. Today we'll be listening to the recording of me being a guest on a fellow unbelievers podcast. And our own podcast is not focused on atheism, but she has also been a guest here. That's episode 111. So check out Cindy. Our podcast is Time with Rella. The link will be in the show notes, so you can check it out. The conversation was centered around living life, navigating one's life without religion, especially as a Nigerian. So the discussion was fun. We were just vibing, talking religion, talking some other random stuff. So that's basically what it is. Currently editing it now. It looks like I have to split it. It has to be a 2-part because it seems quite long. We're just talking plus network issues, but it's all good. Please subscribe up Apple, Spotify, Google, YouTube, and other places you find podcasts. Check out the show notes below for things you may find useful, WhatsApp, and so on. So now let's go and listen to my discussion with Cindy.
Hi everybody, today we have a guest in the house and I'd like him to introduce himself. And the vibe for today is atheist, no religion, basically. So please introduce yourself.
Okay, hello everybody. I go by the Ranting Atheists on Elon Musk's internet. So as the name implies, I'm an atheist. I make noise on the internet about atheism. I'm a Nigerian, so if you haven't heard of somebody that is an atheist in Nigeria, maybe I'm the first. So nice to meet you.
Oh yeah. So anyway, tell us a bit about yourself, or like about the Ranting Atheist brand.
Okay.
What is it about?
Basically, I will tell you about myself without telling about anything about myself. So let's see how that is possible. Okay, so what is known about me? The only thing that is not known about me personally is my name. So my name is still in my pocket for reasons best known to me. As I said, I'm a Nigerian. I live in Nigeria. I am an atheist. I am a graduate of Covenant University, so all the church school did not work. I still lost my way. So my parents are pastors, unfortunately. So the Lord has been in my life since the day I gained consciousness, and now I have thrown the motherfucker away. Mashallah. So that's basically what else can I say? What else?
Tell us about the Ranting Atheist brand.
Okay,
What is it about?
Yeah, so the Ranting Atheist it started off as a burner account. When you become an atheist, you first of all think you are alone. So for some reason, I did a search on Twitter for the word atheist and narrowed it down to Nigeria, only for me to be shocked that I am not the only motherfucker that found out that the God claim is bullshit. So I started with my burner. I was just going, fuck you, fuck your God, fuck you. It was sweeting me. It was very cathartic. I mean, how did they pronounce that one? It was like a catharsis. It felt like an outlet. So I did that for a few weeks. But then I was like, after all this noise, where do you go from here? There was it doesn't feel like there's progress, because after this you are back to your mundane life and you're just there. So I remember I used to listen to a podcast by Gary Vaynerchuk. I've stopped listening to it because he always tells us that you need to stop listening to my podcast and apply what I'm saying, because I keep saying the same shit over and over again. So I've stopped listening to it. I'm doing something now. So what he said, that whatever you want to achieve in this life, content is the key to achieving it. Because if you pause now and look at even religion is fucking content. The Bible, the Quran, the Vedas, the Bhagavad Gita, all that shit is content. And atheism has been lacking at least 1,000+ years. So we are just starting. We never start safe. Every Sunday service is content. Every preaching on the road is content. All religion has been dropping massive content back to back. So the only way to fight back is by creating counter content. And what do? Share people's stories. It first of all started as me ranting. Like, actually, if you listen to the first 5 episodes of my podcast, I was actually ranting. I went on a tirade for like 5-10 minutes. That was the actual plan. So somebody now advised me that, hey, this thing is more than you. I'm feeling what you're doing, but it can be more. It's not just you go, bah. Not everybody will feel that. You need to create a conversation.
Sure.
That's the thing about podcasts. If most podcasts that are solo don't last, or even if they last, they will hardly have audience like that. You need to create a conversation, at least 2-3 people, at least 2 people first. So that was how the segment of Story of an Atheist began. So that's how I started inviting. And the person that gave me the idea, I invited him first. His name is David. So it's the first person I invited. Okay. Even though somehow I don't know what happened to Anchor. His episode, I kind of mistakenly pressed it into draft. So I lost it episode 6. So it has now gone up around, I can see around 50 something or so, around that area. But it's still labeled as episode 6. So if you search for it there, you see Story of an Atheist with David. That's the first episode I had a guest on. And I'm grateful for him for that idea. He's the one that gave me the idea. So
I even look forward to listening to it.
Nice one. Thank you. So from there, I discovered Clubhouse. And chaos.
Chaos community.
Oh, Clubhouse. Like it's hard to just, So Clubhouse also helps with creating content. So create some crazy topics, have Christians coming to speak their bullshit. We hammer them. For the Christians that are ready to have a conversation, we have back to back, but it's very few. In Clubhouse, everybody comes with their guns, and we come with our bazooka. So back to back. So Clubhouse 2 was just boost. Then after time, after a few months, it evolved to, okay, let me start creating community. So we started doing topics that atheists can relate to. Then atheist Bible study. So we read the Bible, catch fun, make fun, pick, what do you call it? Just try to remember what we thought about the Bible, what we thought it was then. Read stories that, so like the Genesis story, what it was to us and what we think it is now, making all those comparisons. So that's basically the content that is on my podcast. And on Twitter is fuck you, fuck your God, fuck your Holy Spirit, fuck. Now fuck. So on the podcast, I may not be ranting, but I rant more on Twitter. That's how it goes. Okay.
Twitter is also chaos community.
No, that's the HQ.
Everybody usually comes with like a limit compared to Clubhouse.
You have to get prepared. Anybody that comes, the Lord is. Even if you come with so much peace, somebody will just come and smack you in the face from the blue. Somebody
unprovoked.
Unprovoked, because somehow your content ended up on their timeline. So they will just be like, what the fuck is this one saying? Oh guys, shut up there. Give you better knock on the head. It just becomes like, what did I do? What did I do? Do I know you from Adam? So if depending on your
timelines away.
Like if depending on your personality, there's one that just be like, oh man, no get strength. But if you like Robodino, you can carry your sword too and slash them back. Me, I don't waste time because I know what they are doing. I do what anybody that comes for me around them, I'm like, okay, welcome. How do you do? Take it. And we see where it takes us. So,
I mean, it depends on my mood. So.
Yeah, it depends on your mood now. That sometimes I just see some people, I just ignore. Maybe one day my head will just spark 2 weeks later. I will just reply the person again. Or sometimes I will reply the person. I'll be like, this seems too harsh. Okay, leave it in the draft.
Just delete it.
No, leave it in my draft. The day when my head will spark. Send. Imagine that one. Just reply me now. That's the way it happens on Twitter.
I get it.
Twitter is so come prepared for war. But a few times some people are actually genuinely interested in conversation. And like
Oh yeah.
Yeah, like I met a Christian.
Sometimes.
I had a
Well,
Christian.
I think you even understand when people are being shady and not
Yeah, you see it now
straightforward.
because by the time they say
Mhm.
something, you reply. Their response to your reply will tell you, okay, put your guns down and listen to this
This
person.
person actually,
That's
yeah.
like the Christian I met, he was shocked that a Covenant University graduate is an atheist, and not just an atheist, one that is vocal.
Personally, I'm not sure. Mm-hmm.
That's why, like, they've just suffocated us.
Personally, I'm not sure. I'll tell you a little bit why.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think that's also one of the reasons. Because I think I've met a lot of people that got out of Covenant University and they're like, which kind of religion be this?
Yeah, but most of us they don't let go of them. They just become kind of laid back.
Mm-hmm.
They don't like
more laid back, yeah.
that's what always happens. Or they find one church that kind of brings God in a different light and they like
laid
become
back.
fanatic. Like this guy's church, that Iran Banger Boy. Manuel Iran Celebration Church.
I think even before I convert, even before I transitioned, there was a church that I was attending. It was Chop House. That's what it's called.
Yeah.
And they do things a bit. That's the church that I was an usher in.
Okay.
They do things a bit different because it's mixed with like, Yankee people.
No. It's all markets.
So you see like a different, you see kind of like community. Do you get like shit that maybe they have eating, like they have gatherings together, or like you come out, eat out. They used to do car wash, different things. So it was a different vibe compared to what we grew up with. Yeah, so I get that.
Okay, makes sense. It's just a lot of churches today have to just repackage. You have to make the church look like a club. See Koza. If you go Koza, I go to say in a club.
Oh yeah, we get remixing of reggae music.
This remix now they will pack it as a bit now. So many those days that they listen to Casting Crowns, Hillsong and co. I'll praise you in the storm, and I will leave my hands.
Which rumor did you hear?
Now this what's his name? That's Iran in church, celebration church. So the workers there they chop each other. They chop each other work. I'm like, are you surprised? Look at the pastor himself. That guy is sweet. Like,
but I'm sorry, like man. I think apart from maybe his own church, this is not like you and I know this is not new news. Do you get? This will be something that has been going on.
Now they used to form like they are different from other churches.
Yeah,
so that's why the dragons deserved.
I get.
When you try to prove that you are different from other churches, but you are doing the same shit, they go pull that tiger on your ass, man.
I get.
That tiger gem.
So my first question.
You're right.
You said that you lost your way. So do you think you ever find your way back to religion? Where you are now? Never.
Like finding my way to religion is one thing. Like believing God exists. That one is not my. I have no option. When the evidence is presented, I will stop being an atheist. I'll now be an anti Yahwehist or Yanti, whoever God is. Because if it's the Abrahamic God, those guys are assholes. Both Yahweh,
so I have a
Jesus,
question
and Allah.
With this answer like you just gave. So right now. Yeah, if you got an evidence that God exists, what would that change anything from who you are being as a person?
Being a person in what we like?
As you are now, your behavior, your character, everything you do.
No.
Knowing that God exists or not, would that change anything?
And let's say I know I'm going to die very fast.
Will you change who you are?
Why would I change? I know I'm dead. No, if this God that the Christians claim exists, the motherfucker can read my mind. So there's no room
You
for
know why I'm
pretending.
asking you this question?
Okay.
I'm asking you this question because when we have conversations with like religious people, especially Christians,
Yeah.
you see some statements they make. If not because of God, I won't do this.
Uh-uh.
If not because of God, they do. Have you noticed
I
it?
know.
If
It's
like it could, even when it comes to charity work,
as in, it's true,
if not
Sha.
because of God. And that's one question that they ask me, and I'm like, do you know that whether God exists or not, I'm not like nothing in me has to change because I'm not performing anything. I'm not doing anything because.
No, things have changed in my life because I've stopped
Do you
believing
get
in God. No, there are things have
exactly
changed. Like first
same?
of all, I used to be homophobic.
Mm-hmm.
Like my homophobia was rooted in the Bible.
Yeah,
So reading the story of
true.
Lot and seeing the bullshit it was, I was forced to let go.
But even that Lot story,
Yeah.
even that Lot story, do you know that they are, like I remember when I was having this discussion with a friend, and he's like, "There's another Bible that was written by a woman, and they call it the Devil's Bible just because it's written by her." But then when you search online, you find other things that are saying that before all these translations,
yeah,
there was nothing like homophobia there. All that one about why lots and all that. See, when I heard it, I wasn't even shocked. I wasn't interested in digging deep because
the version
it really
itself is how they changed when a man lies with a man. It was I think it had to do with
it was about pedophilia.
It had to do with sleeping with children.
Yeah. Children, yes.
Imagine. So they changed. Pedophilia is not permissible.
I heard that too.
Just imagine. So it's pathetic. It's pathetic. So
so as I say,
in regards to change, I'm already killing the number of people I want to kill already as an atheist now. I already killed the number of people I want to kill, and it's still at zero. The number of people I want to kill.
True.
I okay that I've killed though, but want to kill? Who knows? This Nigerian government. A lot of them. If I had the power.
But I get you.
But let's say it is they're not gonna make GSS visit us. Because those motherfuckers are efficient
efficient in preventing progress.
That's where they are very efficient. So that's the
so I like. Yeah, like I was saying, I noticed that a lot of people like to do things based on performance and because they have reward for them later, not because they really want to.
So you use your church
and
mind.
like you said, I think maybe atheism kind of like, if like people continue walking that their path of actually letting go of what these religious beliefs, most of the things you start to look at the bullshit that you were doing. Same thing you said, maybe you were homophobic or you were just performing. I think that one too, and maybe just being nice because we were asked to be nice or to be helpful when it's not really from you.
Yeah.
I think that one too kind of like changed for me. So another question, like, okay, personally, do any of your friends know you're atheist now?
Yeah,
do they know?
I don't.
I'm not even saying your parents.
No, it's my. No, everybody around me apart from my parents. I don't hide that. Like, especially if they try to bring church to me. I go dark bad pour hot oil on their body. Especially the way they want to come and bring God to me, I give it to them. Say, I don't believe in God. I'm an atheist. Like they don't.
But did that change like the dynamics of your relationship with them? Did it change something?
Who is the one person that feels there's one family friend stroke ex-girlfriend. She seems to kind of be distant because when I first told her, she was like, "Oh, I'm so sorry, like you're feeling sad, like kind of a disappointment." I'm like, motherfucker, you know me and you used to do the do.
I'm even glad you mentioned ex-girlfriend because I was going to ask about relationship too. Did that change?
Relationship. I've not had a relationship since since that ex-girlfriend, I felt like relationships were too stressful for me.
Oh, wow.
So yes, there's entanglement here and there, but commitment. In fact, one of the things
Why is religion a factor there?
I think my being an atheist kind of also helped me to have some paradigm shift in the sense that like this marriage thing, it's not by force. It's not the end of be all.
It really is.
I do not have to get married. Like for real.
That's
I do
true.
not. Can continue to be a hoe that I am. Do you understand? Like, what I see, I'm like, this end game of marriage that people keep doing is not it. Especially what even kind of turned me off about marriage.
I dislike when they make it.
And one of the things that turned me off about marriage. Let me tell you, one of the things that turned me about marriage, especially, is how women have been raised in our society to see it as a reward.
Exactly, for being a good girl in quotes.
Also is my subconsciously, I'm trying to rebel against the ideology that I do not need to reward you with marriage. You are your own fucking person. What the fuck?
Do you know, like, my own rebellion with marriage, yeah, is kind of like some things piss me off. Or let me just say irritates me when the discussion of marriage comes in. When they make it religious, that irritates me. That one there, I'm not that. But me being rebellious about marriage, I think I have been that way since I was a child. Why? I feel like people use it as, should I say, a bargaining chip, or like, without marriage, they won't behave themselves. Do you get? Like, maybe you are in a relationship and then you don't respect the relationship.
Men? Because men don't respect themselves.
I'm saying both. I'm saying both.
Okay.
I'm saying both for different reasons. Why? Okay.
That you be saying that somebody responsible. Abby?
Like, okay, let's say when it comes to discussion of cheating now, yeah, I noticed that people like to say this thing that I'm not married. And I find that very disrespectful. Do you know why? Not even like towards me or anything. It's like you don't respect the relationship you have with somebody or with people. Do you get? How does marriage now automatically switch your whole personality?
Exactly.
Overnight.
So because you are,
is it magic? I know it's definitely not magic.
Your marriage will make you to stop being a cheat. The mouth.
I don't understand how that works. Like how, I don't understand that. I don't know if people are either not thinking or they don't know that you gradually build your habits. Yeah.
I think you know. I think you know the answer to that.
I feel like that has always been my rebellious thing about marriage is the way our parents had it. I hate it so much. I don't want to have anything like that. Do you get? All those man belongs in whatever, women belong in the kitchen, all those kind of rubbish. And you notice that, like me, I've seen, like, I work with a lot of women and I can pinpoint people that are happy in their marriages and people that are miserable. People that are miserable, people tend to see their marriage outside and say, oh, God, when? I want this. But when you actually go into it, you'll be like, yuck. That's God when.
You be like, God, when will this end?
God forbid.
Is God when with this end? And it's till death do you part according to your promises. Not
I think even like
till when I'm tired of this motherfucker.
Yeah, you see that rubbish. You see that all those you have. I think my beef with religion is this not holding people accountable. They want to pray away all the whole shit I have never seen in my whole life. Simple having a discussion, like to fix your relationship. Actually I would even say a non-religious therapist to help you fix whatever it is that is going on inside you. They tell you to go and pray to God.
Mhm.
Are you smoking?
And it's not just.
How are you expecting?
It's usually
Like-
the women that are tasked with the responsibility.
With the prayer. You are the war room.
prayer warrior
warrior.
of the family. They are expected
Oh
to
yeah,
be
the creators of war rooms.
Mhm.
Basically. So yeah, I think that irks me. But like for relationship, I think religion is also there. It depends. Because you see some people are walking their path, and most times they need to choose like whatever direction they want to go. But anyway, I'm glad you answered. So like what was your first encounter with like an atheist?
Is it physical, one-on-one or online?
Anyone. Any.
It was
Online,
like
offline.
they just say like you, like, whoa, you too, you
Really? Online?
yes, like, oh wow, you.
So you've never met anyone offline?
No, I've met now. I've met a lot of people on Twitter offline.
Oh, okay.
I've met a
Okay,
few
that's
of them,
cool.
like at least let me say like 10 of them. We met one time in Ikeja, so there was a gathering
Oh, okay.
that we planned. So like
Oh, that's cool.
Jadon, Michael, even Ajoke. I don't even know Ajoke.
They're on Clubhouse too, right?
No, they are mostly on Twitter. So
Oh,
I've met a few of them, but there are these people that I've never met that we talk almost every day, but we still never meet face to face because of distance.
Oh, okay.
But so it was just like a wow. The day we get, I was just looking around.
What did that mean for you?
I was like, so I like it was just reaffirming the fact that you ain't crazy, motherfucker. You ain't crazy.
Exactly.
Because
you're not alone.
one thing that I know I'm going to fight my parents on the day they will say, they find out, they'll be like, somebody has influenced me, and that thing to irritate me. Like, excuse me, are you trying to say I don't have the capacity to make an error by my own volition? That somebody has to push me.
That is an African parents pandemic. I'm going to call it what it. I don't know why they always think whenever you are not behaving how they want you to behave,
bad influence.
Is somebody influencing you? Yeah.
So
like
that's
you don't have the capacity to be.
And that's why this podcast is here. I'll be like, I am the one. I am the bad influence. People have stopped believing in God because of me. It's not anything. In fact, people in my office, nobody in my office that I stay with, nobody is an atheist. They're all believers, Christians, Muslims. Like, they stay the fuck away from me when it comes to religious talk, because I have tackled. When I first, like, it was right in their front, I was deconverting. So they were just my tests, my back and forth, right before their eyes, that I became an atheist. So there's nothing like influence. Who was the people that could have influenced me are them, and they could not.
That's true though.
So it's nothing but a cop-out.
So what phase do you say you're on now?
I would say I'm still in my angry phase, but it's more like it's like I'm like in the phase of do you watch the Avengers?
Yeah.
You know the Hulk. When they ask him like how do you do it? I'm always angry. He has learned to control the anger. So I hope to get to Professor Hulk phase one day, but I'm still the Bruce Banner where he's always angry, but he knows how to switch it off.
Did you watch She-Hulk?
Yeah.
Have you seen She-Hulk?
Yeah.
You know my favorite part?
Twerking.
Where she changed, and everything he was struggling with, it was easy for her.
No. I don't know why they did it. It felt it felt like it took her many years for him to get to his point.
She was cocky about it.
Like when she turned, you were already afraid that she was going to go mad.
With his binder. I swear, with his binder.
The guy was ready to hold that down. And
Yeah.
she was just like,
He was like, wait. So you mean you know who you are? Hey, yeah.
The thing just undermined all
That's
his
my favorite
whole
part.
years of hard work, but
I swear, of research.
like, they've not even shown us. They've not shown us the process he became Professor Hawk. Like, have you seen that? There's
Oh,
one,
I thought that was the old one.
No, they did.
That was a very old one.
They never showed us.
I watched the very, very old one.
Infinity War. We saw Bruce Banner fighting with the Hawk, where the Hawk does not want to come out.
No, there's a Hawk.
By
There's a Hawk movie.
That is the 2008
You know,
one.
right? There's a Hawk movie.
2008 one, the one that came out after
that
Iron
one.
Man. It's no, they didn't. That one, it was still.
Is it 2008?
Yes, that was the one. That was the second film in MCU after Iron Man.
You know, that's when he had a girlfriend.
That was it, and that was when this guy was there. Edward Norton.
Yeah.
It was before Mark Ruffalo.
Okay.
It was all these things. Now, not supposed to be the one, but contract negotiation. I ain't fuck everything up. That time he was in the bush where that's where he was planning to harness and control the thing. To always be angry, so that it will not be just when you just spark. So when he's always angry, there's no state of spark of sudden change of emotion. So the Hawk will not come out anyhow. So I think that's where he learned it.
But the Hawk is my favorite. He's a fool. That's why he's my favorite. He's a fucking fool.
You saw the way they healed his hand. The way his hand healed.
Yes.
The snap hand. It was
the girl's blood.
How convenient.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm hoping they will not see. I maybe if I watch Ant-Man, because I'm seeing reviews that Kang was a disappointment. Because by what we are seeing, Kang is meant to be far more scary than Thanos. Because he's working with timelines, he can change timelines at will. So he's meant to be more scary. Because I was even afraid of Kang when I saw his statue at the end of Loki. Like, 1 minute they were showing those three, what they call them, the three fake organs of the TVA. By the time what's her name?
Yes.
By the time, what's her name? What's her name? Lady Loki. What's that name again, Seth? When she betrayed him and pushed him back into the TVA, and she now saw the statue of Kang, and we were like, holy shit. So we're going to be fighting multiple Kangs. Like, that's how scary the Kang is going to be far more scary than Thanos. But what I'm hearing from Ant-Man, I hope not, because if they don't make him terrorizing,
because they were not even in their main place. They had been shifted to another reality. Basically,
he's meant to be terrorizing. Like, you should make Thanos look. Even with that, you saw the way they threw away, they turned the Infinity Stones to paperweight to be putting on paper.
Yeah.
That was how they now open the drawer of many Infinity Stones.
All these Dex tools that they used to maybe hold paper.
So that's so it was just a way to scrap, like, to show the level that they have moved to now, that the Infinity Stones are useless on this level. So that's how they should have it. So, but they have the work, because I saw Phase 4 calendar. It's too short to build up a terrifying villain. But good luck to them. Maybe their success might be their downfall now. Because so many complain, even though they are complaining that women are coming in. Yes, we know comic book fans are full of incels. That's their own business.
I really don't understand people, because in African days, I didn't know stories about women that were fighting war.
They're angry now.
I'm just saying, like,
they're angry that
because we don't tell stories that much like that.
There's a what was it again? A female Black Panther. Who else again is like they're just.
That's just fucking weird. Who did they think was going to be Black Panther next?
They're hoping.
I don't get it. Who did they think?
Killmonger will come back. I'm like, you people, it's like they rather have a dead body become a Black Panther than a woman. Fucking themselves. So they even want to be saying MCU. I'm like, what the fuck? That bad? You guys hate women that bad? Even though there are comic book stories that
I don't. Do you know? Like, I don't even think. I think it is self-hate. Why? Because you were born from a woman, which is your mother. So I don't know how you can you can disassociate that
because
with
they
every
see
other
their mother
person
as nothing more
that is a woman.
than a birth canal.
The childbearing American.
So other women are also potential birth canals.
The sufferhead queen. So that they will sing Happy Mother's Day every two times in a year.
Marketing,
but anyway, so
gig.
back to religious discussion.
Yeah.
Like with Nigeria as a state now, like as in the way it is, like what do you think? Like to me,
Okay.
I feel like sometimes when people transition out of like religion, they go far. I don't even know.
Far,
you know, when you are deeply religious.
Okay.
Yeah. And then you become
out.
So I don't even want to say an atheist. You become something like something else. Maybe I don't even know what to classify it as.
Anti-theist.
Extremely hateful
of religion.
Yeah, I'm not even saying atheist. Like, some people become not even just religion. When they are deeply religious, believing in a God, going about their performance, and then some people go far as even not respecting human beings, as maybe when they say they are atheists. This is not the characteristics of atheists, though.
And it means do you get what I mean? They've just been assholes, and now there's no reason for them not to be.
Been that way.
Yeah, those are the
like they have nothing.
That's
so,
why.
Like in Nigeria, do you? If this is not like my hypothetical question,
okay.
If everybody becomes like non-religious in Nigeria, what would you think would happen? Do you think? What do you think will happen?
It's not just about stop not believing in God anymore. Is the that's one step. Is now critical thinking, because there's still a lot of bullshit you as an atheist too can start picking up if you are not if your critical thinking faculties are not developed. I had to learn that like, hey, when somebody brings a claim, you have to first of all pause. Wait, what is there? It's not just about God. You can't just be drinking Zobo. Somebody said. Especially with social media misinformation campaign like this, it is very easy to get sucked in and deceived. So if that critical thinking is the key to keep people living in reality, because you can stop believing in God. Next thing you have gone to pick up something else, like I'm sorry, but this whole like astrology or your star sign.
I mentioned
like it's bullshit, man. Like the stars are freaking millions of light years away from us. Your life is determined by the position of that star.
That people are seeking answers.
So
because they are seeking answers,
those are the things. People, when your critical thinking is not working, you are susceptible to picking up all those bullshit, and you can maybe like some paganism shit, and you start believing in ghosts and all that thing, or you can even be saying like aliens exist. Like the same evidence for God is the same evidence for fucking aliens. In fact, there's even a better chance of we finding aliens than a fucking God, because this universe is so fucking big. It's too fucking big for us to be the only ones alive in it. And because when I think like you need to calm down and think like, let's just even consider the solar system. Your God is a fucking wasteful fucker. Like
I think.
waste of planets. Like even Pluto had to get relegated because it was so dead. You know, that's how crazy it is. No one 9 planets. I think it's 8 planets now. So it's,
Do you know what's fascinating?
Is the real, because with critical thinking to help you to lose religious belief, and is what you actually use to live your life. So
one thing I also hold a grudge about is, okay, let's say that, let me start from here. Like, you as an atheist, how is your mental health?
It's in the toilet.
How is it like right now with the whole mess
It's
in Nigeria?
The soccer way.
Do you think it would have been better if you were still like a Christian?
Yeah, I will find a way to delude myself and say God is working in mysterious ways. Like, it's part of why I'm still in Nigeria.
You know, like, it's
part of why I'm still in Nigeria. When I tried a few times to leave Nigeria, it didn't work. I created in my head that God is giving me a sign that my wealth is in Nigeria. Meanwhile, August they kill me. I see they see shaggy. So those are the things. I've even seen somebody, like a former classmate of mine, when I was going through the conversion stage. We had like a 2-hour conversation in front of his house where he was not saying that he's not going to leave Nigeria because God has not yet told him it's time to leave Nigeria. I'm like, I'm like, bro,
he's still waiting.
I was where you were. We are on our own, no. We are on our own, no. No go hear word now. See answers. They waste people for lucky, no consequence. You think we are not our own, Abi? Okay, they wait for
I think
God.
like religious people have leaned into the consequence of God. Do you get? They are not looking for consequence now. They are looking for consequence when they die.
You ain't waiting to find that shit out, man.
So like, so I question: how do you now handle situations like that? Whereby something affecting your mental health. Like, what did you used to, okay, when you were religious, apart from deluding yourself, what did you used to do? Did you ever know maybe do you used to get anxious, and did you know it was anxiety? Were you depressed, and did you know it was depression, or did you think it was the devil and things like that?
No, I didn't think it was the devil. I just felt like it was just a normal emotional reaction. But then I'll not give myself
really? When you're a Christian?
Yeah, it's like feeling sad now, feeling down because you lost something. Like, I did not see it as the devil. But God punishing me, maybe. I also remember when my parents were facing political bullshit in Redeem, I felt that, okay, maybe this is his testing phase. God is testing my father. Not knowing it's just basically callous human beings doing their shit, like Adeboye's fucking wife. You know? So those were some of the way my brain was working there. The cognitive dissonance, holding on to opposing ideologies at the same time. So it was basically like, this is a bad stage, you know. God help me, oh shit. Maybe I know they pray well. Maybe I know they pray well because I was quite lackadaisical in my Christianity. I don't hide that. I used to tell like I was deliberately lukewarm because when I was in Covenant University, the people that were spirikoko, serious with God, they were people that liked to report fellow students to the authorities and make them expel them. And me
snitches. That's it. Do you know that thing you said? Yeah. How can we be so asleep? That we don't understand the consequences of the things that we do. I'm not saying people were right for most of the things that we did, but most of the things that they did. But if you ask people, that you reported somebody and they got expelled, you see their reaction. No remorse.
Because they feel they did the right thing. Because
they are right or they are better.
Yes, now the idea behind that is you are complicit if you keep silent. If you don't report to the authorities, that you are complicit. You are just as guilty as they are. So that religious mindset was the anchor that makes them believe that if
I wonder
they see
why
you
this
breaking the rules
religious
and don't
mindset not
report you,
spread
that did
inside
them.
society. I said, I wonder why this religious mindset not they spread inside society. Like when you see your fellow colleague in the government stealing money, you know it's a report.
Hypocrisy is also a package deal. That's it, because even right there in the school, a lot of these people they call student council work, they are basically like prefects. Those guys flouted a lot of rules, and they were looked over
because they had phones. The power.
Yes, they had phones.
Yeah.
A lot of them had phones. A lot of them left the school illegally. A lot of them, what else? So some of them even failed their exams, and it was worked out for them. You know, that is how hypocritical they are. When this was just basically about power. So that's why I'm never surprised
what would you say? You were saying?
I said that I'm never surprised about when any of these religious leaders fuck up. I'm like, they are human. They are the ones that believe they are special. They are the ones. It's not a surprise.
That bought into the idea.
Adeboye is like the most insidious criminal of them all. Like, he doesn't come out, being all noisy like Oyedepo. So you can't think he's a criminal. My daddy said that somebody will be blessed today. Nonsense. Deceiving them. This APC parallel was saying, I cannot do. This motherfucker created a department for political movement, hoping that it was Osibajo that will be the front runner for APC. When his boy is not involved, he's not saying, I'm neutral. They are not neutral. That church is as bigoted as all those Yorubas that are talking nonsense. They themselves are fucking bigots. In their upper echelon, you hardly see Igbo people. In fact, it's hard. Where you see the Igbo person is in their own state. They have to have somebody dies, an Igbo person running things there, because it is what will be beneficial for them. But in the general organogram of reading, is Yoruba people. Fucking bigoted church. So I wasn't surprised. He won't support anybody that's not Yoruba. I'm things don't cut. Thank you for listening to this episode. Please subscribe on Apple, Spotify, Google, YouTube, and other places you find podcasts. Check out the show notes for links you may find useful, and reach out if you want to have a conversation. Would really appreciate that. Have a great week, and I will catch you on the next one.